Okay, day one, we are going to get started. I have Elemental Alchemy, a guided journal for transformation that I created 4 years ago. And I'm going to open it up. I am going to start. It says right here in the introduction, this is a place for you to write your story of transformation. Wherever it began and wherever it may take you, your story is both your legacy and your future. Right? I know this to be true. I mean, I literally wrote those words. I know this to be true, that what I'm feeling right now is, I don't know if it's a combination of, I think it's a combination of fear and doubt. So we're starting in fire, and like fire is hard because, I mean, this sounds trite, I guess, but fire is hard because it burns. It's freaking hot. It's like, like being willing to walk through the coals. And so, yeah, so here it says, you begin in the flames. The process of alchemy starts with calcination, literally meaning to burn down to the bones. In other words, you must first break apart in order to rebuild. And so here I am in this phase where I'm supposed to be like really growing and succeeding. And I am feeling like I know that there's something blocking me. And so this idea that I have to break apart, okay, like there's the resistance, right? Is that I don't really want to break apart. I'm already supposed to be like whole. So the first prompt is, what brings you to this book? So full disclosure, I mean, I knew what's coming. Like I wrote this. And so before I even started to do these videos, I was like, I'm going to have to answer this prompt of what brings you to this book. So fill the next few pages with your initial intentions. Why are you here? What inner flickering tempted you to buy this book? There is no wrong place to start from. So I made it through the first two prompts. I went on to answer this second one that says, I want to cultivate. And what came to me is that what I said was, I want to cultivate the excitement I once had about life. Things felt new in sobriety. So I had this memory of when I was 14 years old, and I was in high school, and I was in my first play, and so we were with all of these older kids, and I remember the very first time that I got into a car that was being driven by other teenagers. And like that feeling, it was after play rehearsal and they were driving us to Wendy's or something like that. And like that feeling of everything was so new and exciting. And there was this joy, like unbridled joy. And I had a very similar feeling in sobriety where it was like everything seemed fresh and shiny and new, like I was experiencing it almost for the first time. And that was 8 years ago. And so I have a really hard time like remembering that, like going back to that feeling and sitting in it. And I feel like, at this point, it's like life is kind of stale again. And I hate that because, like, it's not really. I know that the truer truth, right, is that every single day is a gift that I get to unwrap and enjoy. And that every single day brings experiences. We don't get to be here forever. This life is a finite thing. And so, gratitude, like I skipped forward to the gratitude cabinet and I started filling it in with things like, I'm grateful for my family and the stability that my husband provides with his job. And those are big things, right? Those are big things. But there's also the gratitude for the present moment, being able to touch the pen and the pages and like drink the hot tea and feel the sun on my face and my barking dog. Yeah. So that's what I want to cultivate. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here in this journal. So if you're following along and you have the journal or you're just kind of writing along in your own way, please put in the comments, what are you trying to cultivate? What brings you here? What do you want more of in your life right now? What spark are you fanning? Less numbing, more living. See you next time.